Hey y'all, welcome to Friday's Kitchen. Welcome back if you have been here before. In today's video, we are making this absolutely amazing coconut pineapple upside down cream cheese pound cake. This is quite possibly the best cake I've ever had. It is so good, super moist. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I made this, stay tuned. Also, this cake is round 2, so if you watch the video, you will see a mishap that I had with the first cake. I will explain to you guys what I did wrong and how I went about making the corrections. All right, we want to start by preheating our oven to 300 degrees. Here we have our cake ingredients. First, we have 3 cups of cake flour. We have 3 cups of granulated sugar. We have 6 eggs room temperature. We have 1 cup of pineapple tidbits that have been covered in cake flour. 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese room temperature. We have 3 sticks of unsalted butter at room temperature. Here we have 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract as well as 1 tablespoon of coconut extract. Next, we have the ingredients that will be placed on the bottom of the pan that will appear on the top of the cake. We have 1 can of sliced pineapples and pineapple juice. We have maraschino cherries. We have 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 stick of melted butter, and we have about a 1/4 cup of coconut flakes. Okay, so the final ingredients for the cake are for the, like a filling for the cake. We have 1 8-ounce package of softened cream cheese, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. I will be using 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract as well as 1 teaspoon of coconut extract. All right, so per usual, we are going to start by mixing our cream cheese and butter together. Now that we have mixed that together, we're going to take a short break so we can scrape down the sides of the bowl. And once we do that, we're going to turn the mixer back on. So we've stopped the mixer again, and now we're going to take a moment to scrape down the sides of the bowl one more time before slowly adding the granulated sugar. So at this point, the mixer has been on for about 5 minutes. I'm going to take a second to scrape down the sides of the bowl and give it one more mix. Here we are about 5 minutes later, and you can see how light and fluffy the mixture is. It's lightened in color, so now we know we are ready to move on to the next step. We will be adding the extracts. Okay, so I've stopped the mixer again, scraped down the sides of the bowl once again, and now we are going to begin adding the eggs one at a time. All right, so now that we have all of our eggs mixed in, we are going to begin adding the flour to the batter. We'll add a little at a time, make sure it's mixed in well before adding in any more. I'll do this in about 3 steps. Now that that is mixed in well, we have added a little more flour, and we're going to repeat the same steps. Let it run in the mixer until it is nice and smooth. Okay, so here we are with our last bit of flour. We're going to go ahead and get that mixed in well. Okay, so here I have added the pineapple tidbits that were coated in flour to the batter. I'm going to turn the mixer on and mix it in gently. Now that this step is complete, we are going to move on to making our cream cheese filling, and then we can move forward to assembling the cake. Okay, so now we are moving on to our cream cheese filling. Here we have the 8-ounce package of cream cheese with the 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, and we are going to mix this until it is well incorporated. So now we are going to add our extracts. We're going to add about a teaspoon of vanilla extract and a teaspoon of coconut extract. Once we've added both, we are going to give it another mix to make sure everything is nice and smooth. Okay, so if you will remember at the beginning of this video, I told you guys I had a little mishap with the first cake I made and that I would explain that mishap in this video. So, in the first video when I made my cream cheese filling mixture, which you just saw, I used the 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, 8-ounce package of softened cream cheese, but I also added 1/2 cup of pineapple puree along with the vanilla extract. Well, that made the mixture too loose. So when I baked the cake and I turned the cake out of the pan, it started to split on the sides and the filling started to ooze out of the cake. So I knew that the pineapple puree was just too wet for that mixture. I had a feeling, but I did it anyway. You live, you learn. So the difference between this cake that you're seeing on the screen right now and the batter that I just made is that the batter I just made, I used the cream cheese, the sugar, and only extracts. I didn't use any pineapple puree. And the reason you're seeing the video from the first cake is because when I was recording these steps for the second cake, for whatever reason, the video did not save. But I felt it was safe to show you guys this right here because I assembled the cake the exact same way. Also, you will notice that there are no pineapple tidbits in the video you're looking at, and you will also see that the cream cheese mixture in the video that you're looking at is a lot looser than the cream cheese mixture that you saw in the scene before this one. So I just wanted to take a moment to explain that to you guys. You know, when you bake, sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. I did go back and correct the recipe, and I have to say the second cake came out perfectly. And it's the cake that you saw at the beginning of this video, and you will see some clips of it afterwards. So to the assembly. I sprayed the pan with Baker's Joy, and you saw that I lined it also with parchment paper, and then I gave it another spray of Baker's Joy. I sprinkled the coconut flakes on top of that, and here I am pouring the butter, the melted butter on top, trying to spread it as evenly as possible. Here I have the 1 cup of brown sugar, and I am just going to take a moment to sprinkle all of the sugar on top of the butter. Okay, so here I'm going to start to place the pineapple rings on top of the sugar. Here I'm going to start to place the cherries in and outside of the pineapple slices. Okay, so now I'm starting to add the cake batter on top of the pineapples. Now remember, this clip is from the first video, from the first cake I made, because I lost the clip from the final cake that I made, so you will not see the pineapple tidbits in this cake. I've corrected the recipe, but again, I lost that footage, so I'm just showing you the first cake so you can see how I went in and assembled everything. Okay, so now that I have the first layer of pound cake batter, I am going in and I am adding the cream cheese filling mixture. So again, this clip is from the first cake that I made, and you can see how loose it is. It's almost runny. And again, when I made it, I should have known, but I moved forward with it anyway. But you can see how loose it is, and that's what caused the issue with the first cake. So if you remember what the cream cheese filling looked like from this video, you can see that it's a lot thicker, a lot more firm. But basically, these are the same steps. I would put some of the cake batter down, then I would put a little of the cream cheese filling mixture in, and then repeat the steps. So there are actually 3 layers of cake with 2 layers of the cream cheese filling in between. You can really see just how runny the filling is in this clip right here. Here I am tapping the cake on the counter a few times to try to help in releasing of air bubbles. Okay, so now we are back with our second cake, the cake that turned out the way that it should have. The cake baked in the oven at 300 degrees for 1 hour and 40 minutes. I typically say anywhere from an hour and a half to an hour 45. It really just depends on your oven. So for sure, keep an eye on it just to make sure that everything is going well. But this is the cake as soon as I took it out of the oven. Okay, so here I am turning the cake out of the pan. I lost one of the cherries over on the side. But with the Baker's Joy and the parchment paper, there was absolutely no sticking at all, as you can see. So I just picked that cherry right on up, stuck it back on the cake. So now I'm just going to kind of set the cake to the side and let it cool for at least an hour. All right, y'all, so here is the finished product, the coconut pineapple upside down cream cheese pound cake. The cake smells amazing. It tastes even better. I'm so happy with the second cake, the way that it came out. I sincerely hope I did not confuse anyone too much with my explanation of the two cakes. If I did, and if you have any questions about anything, if you need any type of clarification, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section, and I will be sure to answer any questions that you may have. So yeah, I would like to thank you guys so very much for watching this video. Again, if you have any questions about anything, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. If you have any other cakes that you would like to see me make, you can leave those in the comment section below as well. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Again, I thank you so much for watching. While you're here, please take a moment to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.